In this session, we are going to focus on talking about gender dimension to foster excellence in research and innovation. So let me just start before I give the floor to our distinguished speakers. I would like to introduce myself. My name is Isabelle Vernos, and I'm actually here chairing this session because I guess from my two perspectives, one more personal perspective is I am a researcher in cell biology, an active researcher, and I can tell that we have been talking about numbers and how few women make it to the top in research. But this is actually my own experience. I have been for years and years basically the only women among men or among very few women. So I can say from my own experience that we still need to do a lot, because although the situation has improved, it's not where we want it to be. So in addition to being an active researcher, I'm a member of the Scientific Council of the ERC, and there I am particularly interested in working on gender issues. So I am chairing the Gender Balance Working Group, and I wanted just to tell you a little bit. I know you know, probably all of you, what the ERC is, but I wanted to refocus a bit on what the ERC is and what we are doing to try to improve the gender balance. So if I can have the first slide. Okay, so as you see, this is the building where we meet, the Scientific Council here in Brussels. And where is it? Where is the... Do
you just want to go down? Because you can hit the down key on the
Shall
keyboard.
I go there?
Yes,
Yes.
you can just hit the down key.
Perhaps it's more easy to use.
Yeah, maybe it's easier.
Yeah, easier just to go there. Just renew the batteries.
On the left side. On the left side, left. There's a keyboard.
There's a keyboard. You can just push the down key.
Okay, so I just wanted to just say a few words about the ERC. As you know, the ERC is a program that was set up more than 7 years ago, and it has a very specific mission, which is to support, from a bottom-up approach, excellent research by supporting individuals independently of their nationality, independently of the age, and independently of their gender, as long as they come to work to Europe. So we have been quite successful so far, and we have at the moment over 4,300 grantees. And just to give you a number that is not so encouraging, among all these grantees, only 20% of them are women. So there is a problem. And we want to definitely increase the number of women that are supported by ERC. So just to explain a little bit how the ERC works, I just wanted to highlight that this is a very specific program because it is run by researchers, as myself, working in very different fields from physical engineering, social science and humanities, and life sciences. And we decide about the scientific strategies, and we basically control the quality of operation. So one of the very strong interests of the ERC has always been from the beginning to support women in research. And in 2010, the Scientific Council adopted the Gender Equality Plan, and it was initially set up with three main objectives, which was to raise awareness of ERC gender policies, to identify and challenge any potential gender bias in the evaluation procedure, and to improve the gender balance within the ERC peer review system. We have been working very actively on this, and I just wanted to briefly mention a few measures that we have taken that we hope will help to improve the participation of women in our program. So here are the different areas in which we have been working over the years. I would say that we have been particularly careful to work on the awareness part by highlighting ERC grantees in our newsletter, or by inviting women ERC grantees to any ERC event. And we have also been very busy monitoring the numbers because we needed to understand where the problems come from. So we know now that the problems come from at different levels. We have already a very low application rate of women. On average, it's only 25% of application that we receive. But we know then there are some kind of problems throughout the process because we end up with only 20% of women in the program. So what we have been trying to figure out is, especially, is there anything during the evaluation process that could be improved, or is there any potential source of bias during the evaluation? So just to give you an idea of what kind of things we have been doing, actually I'm not highlighting this because I know you know already, but we just have our new gender equality plan that we drafted for now 2014-2020. So we are still focusing very much in this plan. So just a few examples of things that we have implemented in order to try to improve the participation of women in the ERC schemes. And we have worked, because we know that we receive very few applications, of low proportion, we have been particularly focused on the level of the application and the evaluation to try to understand whether there is any particular source of imbalance that is generated by the way we, for example, ask the applicants to fill their application. So we have worked on the eligibility, and we have done several changes from the original call. We have also worked on the application form themselves, all based in studies that have been made and found that there were differences. We heard it already this morning in the way the evaluators are judging application for men and women. But in this application, there are, for example, I will just say, for example, we know that from different studies as well indicate that women are not so good at pricing their achievements. So, for example, we are now asking applicants to highlight a certain number of publications, but not to put them all, because we know that these studies indicate that men tend to have more publication, but the quality of the publication is very similar for men and women. And we also want to understand exactly what is happening. So we did commission some studies to look really in depth into all the process. We have a study called ER Career, and you will hear about it later today, which was focused in trying to understand what was happening at the level of the application, what was what we call the unconventional career path, and what is called also excellence. How is excellence recognized? This study has been very recently finished, and we are, you will hear about it later, but I think we still will have to extract all the information that we can from this study. Concerning the evaluation, we have looked very carefully at the gender balance in the evaluation panels. This varies very much depending on the fields, scientific fields, and overall it has increased. So it has gone now above 30% overall, but of course it depends a little bit on the panels. What we found is that actually there was no correlation between the gender balance of the evaluation panel and the success rate of the female applicants, which lead us to think that just by increasing the number of women in the evaluation panel, we will not have a quick fix to increase the success rate of the female applicants. But of course, we still want to get more women in the evaluation panels because this is just a fair way to treat the applicants. And I think it's also a great experience for the women that participate in the panels. And one thing that we have also introduced is during the briefing to the panel chair and the panel members, we have a section of unconscious bias, just to raise their awareness and try to avoid at least maybe some of the panel members to unconsciously having this bias. And we have recently also commissioned another study which will look more carefully at the whole process of the evaluation and particularly try to find if there is any source of potential gender bias during the evaluation. So you can find, we have done also other activities like organizing a workshop last December. We have also now online the last gender equality plan. As I say, we have numbers also, all the statistics in our programs. And if you are interested, I think you can find all this information online. And I think that without more further ado, I will give the floor now to the speakers. And the first speaker is...